Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the Weekly Comic Run. We've made it through most of this week's Marvel books. Now to wrap things up and kicking things off, we've got Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, #1. So, Elektra Natchios has also taken on, taken on the mantle of Daredevil. First doing so during Wilson Fisk's reign as mayor, and continuing to do so after the events of Devil's Reign, and continuing on when Matt Murdock was presumed dead after the conclusion of Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. During that time, she took on a ward, basically, young girl named Sarah. Taught her out how to, how to fight, and what, and all. Then, basically, not so much making training a sidekick, but not intentionally training a sidekick, but yeah, training a sidekick. So the issue opens earlier in Hell's Kitchen with Elektra and Sarah and Alice sparring, and we then go to now. She's dealing with some of Hell's Kitchen's more unsavory element, and doing quite well. However, she leaves the scene before the cops arrive. Ices her knuckles because they're and also puts an aspect on herself, but shadowy figure states that Alice is coming with them. A few hours later, Daredevil is making her way through Hell's Kitchen, finds the bowl with the ice pack, the bowl that she iced her knuckles in, and there's a sound. A burner phone from her assassin days, which she hasn't really used since then. She doesn't even know who still has the number. And so, 36 hours later, Elektra arrives in Madripoor, gets on the train, trying to figure out who her contact's supposed to be. But eventually she runs into Crossbones, and one of the hired help from Madripoor. She takes down both, and it is her other assailant. She basically jams her side into the barrel of his gun, and yeah, she pretty much the fight that she's largely focusing on is Crossbones. Elsewhere in Madripoor, Silvermane and Count Nefaria are in a casino. Silvermane accuses the dealer of cheating, purposely doing a shit deal. But as the fight on the train rages on, a gunshot rings out. Hitting Crossbones in the arm. The shooter is the new Punisher. And she puts Crossbones in a sleeper hold and, well, goes to meet the Punisher. But is he friend or foe? And that is where the issue ends. It's nice to see the new Punisher popping up in a book that isn't his own. It isn't his. Kind of helps cement him into the Marvel Universe as being Frank Castle's replacement. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Incredible Hulk number 14. As mentioned in the Incredible Hulk Blood Hunt tie-in, an operative of Eldest has imprisoned Hulk's traveling companion Charlie in a figurine, and Hulk is trying to do what he can to free her, making his way to Las Vegas and doing so. But basically in the Mindscape, he's dealing with the Hulk fighting having to deal with the Hulk fighting one of the various creatures in this in the I don't know how to put it Hulkscape. But Hulk basically, Banner talks about all the terrible things he's done recently, like the whole Starship Hulk thing, as well as trying to cure Betty Ross. But Betty was actually kind of likes being Harpy, so she's not. She's on a pawn. But a gargoyle taunts Banner as he tries to make his way out. And he sees a vision of Betty, thinking that it's one of the creatures that he's been fighting. But he's told that he has to make a sacrifice. Banner can either condemn Charlie to a monstrous inhuman existence, or cut the mark of Eldest into his flesh and give up the Hulk. As for now, there's a backup, weapon extraction, and we'll be covering that. We'll be getting to that next month when the complete story has been released. I'd like to just do a special video just on that one. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got, well, our last book for the week, we've got Namor, number 1. So, back during Jason Aaron's Avengers run, Namor turned himself over to surface world authorities for the various actions he's committed, the various acts he's committed against the surface world. So he's being held in a prison known as Sea Cage Prison. Power inhibitors, and he's water being a control, any liquid being considered a controlled substance when it comes to him. But the guards, he has to ask for, liquid. He's he's Atlantean, partially, so he has to be occasionally submerged in it. They're more than happy to oblige, though, every 6 weeks, and not exactly with water, with urine, but drop of sweat drops from one of the guards, and Namor takes it, but then rather than deal with rather than just take the bucket of urine back, well, they douse him in it, and he returns to his cell. We had a flashback to his youth, when around the time that that Namor was actually attending school with other children at Atlantis. Some of the kids convince him some of his classmates convince him to join them going to an underwater lake, which his mother has said is home to no godly creatures. But they basically decided, they're going to try and kill him, because it's become a brine pool. In the present, there's an attack on the Sea Cage, but by Atlanteans, including some of the members of Namor's Defenders of the Deep. They are using pufferfish toxin on their swords, and Namor is cut by one of them, but he still manages to defeat the attackers, and rather than give himself to the sea, he surrenders. He awakes to the former Avenger Stingray, who tells him that there are 7 kings now in the oceans in Atlantis, each of them looking to be the one king, and it's disrupting shipping routes and whatnot, and it's getting to the point where the governments of the world are likely to say, okay, open season on Atlanteans. And Stingray manages to eventually convince Namor to, engage in a work release, basically, to potentially stop the Civil War. In the flashbacks, Namor gets up in the face of the Atlantean child that was the ringleader in trying to drown him. But one of the guards at Sea Cage tells him, thanks him for, on behalf of the guards, for, stop doing what he could to stop the Atlanteans from killing them. And he says that and Namor states that if they abuse another prisoner, 1,000 spider crabs shall descend upon these rocks at Namor's command to defile their every orifice, and a curse upon him who first cries out for mercy. And Namor and Stingray, Namor returns to the depths, and that is where the issue ends. Interesting start. We'll have to be keeping up on this with this book. But anyways, that's going to do it for this week's roundup. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.